We begin tonight with Republican Senators David Perdue and Kelly Loeffler continuing to garner support from key allies as the January runoffs approach. Next Saturday, President Donald Trump is expected to come to Georgia to campaign for the two of them. But as 11 Alive's Shanu Her reports, there's concern that could do more harm than help.
President Donald Trump makes a key endorsement for Senators David Perdue and Kelly Loeffler, also promising to make a stop in Georgia.
I'll be going there. I spoke with the two great senators. They're great senators, Kelly and David.
Trump's visit is planned for December 5th, but for Senators Perdue and Loeffler, UGA professor Joseph Watson Jr. says an endorsement from Trump isn't necessarily the best strategy to drive all Republican voters to the polls.
It's a risk. You just don't know if the turnout amongst the base is going to offset potential damage that can be done to your appeal amongst suburban and swing voters.
Watson says a runoff election is all about who can get voters out and not so much about winning people over. He recommends Senators Perdue and Loeffler are better off focusing on campaigning and not getting mixed up with other issues such as voter fraud that has created tension in the Republican Party. He believes it's especially important for Perdue because he already outperformed President Trump in Georgia's general elections.
The mere presence of the president here, who has been at loggerheads with the Secretary of State and to a certain degree also with the governor in Georgia, creates this really, a dynamic that can only be described as drama and controversy.
But for as polarizing as President Trump can be, Watson says his endorsement still comes with firepower.
For better or for worse, President Trump is the most important key to ensuring strong turnout amongst Republicans in the state of Georgia right now.